At a time when the world is growing more unstable, diplomacy is faltering, and long-standing international institutions are being questioned for their effectiveness, a new concept is quietly entering the global conversation. What began as a narrowly framed proposal to end the Israel-Hamas war and oversee Gaza's reconstruction is now evolving into something far more ambitious and potentially disruptive. President Donald Trump's so-called Board of Peace is being shaped with an expanded mandate that could stretch across multiple global flashpoints. Now, one big question immediately arises. What exactly is Board of Peace meant to be? And more importantly, what role is it intended to play in a world which is already governed by institutions like the United Nations? To understand why this proposal matters and why is it raising eyebrows in the diplomatic circles, let's take a closer look at how the idea evolved, what powers it might hold, and whether Donald Trump is positioning this as a potential rival to the United Nations itself. But first, let's understand what is Donald Trump's Board of Peace that everyone's talking about. Now, amid shifting ceasefire talks and growing international pressure to chart a future for Gaza beyond war, a new US-led initiative entered the spotlight. As part of the second phase of the Israel-Hamas ceasefire process in the Gaza Strip, the Trump administration unveiled what it calls the Board of Peace, a body designed to guide Gaza's transition from conflict to stability. Now, as for the White House, the Board of Peace is central to President Donald Trump's broader 20-point framework for Gaza's post-war future. Its stated purpose is to provide strategic oversight, coordinate and mobilize international funding, and enforce accountability mechanisms as Gaza moves towards reconstruction, governance reform, and long-term development. Last week, the White House announced forming a founding executive board to operationalize the vision of the Board of Peace. The members of the executive committee include US Secretary of State Marco Rubio, former British Prime Minister Tony Blair, US Special Envoy to the Middle East Steve Witkoff, businessman and Donald Trump's son-in-law Jared Kushner, and World Bank President Ajay Banga. The grouping was initially dubbed as a way to oversee the reconstruction and governance of Gaza. However, Trump's letter to different leaders of the world, including Prime Minister Narendra Modi, indicated that the new body's ambition will be much wider. In the letter, Trump has said that the board would seek to solidify peace in the Middle East. However, the United Nations General Assembly's president did avoid a direct criticism of Trump's move, but seemed to warn that the United Nations remains the only institution with the moral and legal capacity to bring together all nations. Now, Trump has repeatedly portrayed himself as a global peacemaker, claiming on several occasions that he has brought an end to as many as 8 wars around the world. Yet a closer look at developments on the ground tells a far more complicated story. Many of the agreements celebrated as diplomatic breakthroughs during Trump's presidency have struggled to hold, exposing the fragile foundations on which they were built. In recent months, some of these so-called peace deals have begun to unravel. Thailand and Cambodia, for instance, found themselves edging back towards confrontation in December last year, barely months after their leaders had signed a US-backed peace proposal. The agreement, which was inked in Kuala Lumpur in the presence of Donald Trump and Malaysian Prime Minister, was once hailed as a symbol of American diplomatic success. Now it's near collapse, and that underscores a broader question that lingers over Trump's latest initiative: whether deadline-grabbing deals can deliver lasting peace or merely postpone the next crisis. What are your thoughts in this video? Do let us know in the comment section below.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.